In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to hand sew these gorgeous Christmas tree ornaments. You can hang these anywhere you want. They could even be gift toppers. And this really is the perfect project for looking through your scrap fabrics and just that stash of fabric that I know you have because I have too. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump right into this and make these beautiful ornaments. To make these gorgeous ornaments, what you'll need is your fabric of any choice. And for this tutorial, I'm going to use this beautiful fabric lace that I have here. I think it'll make a really pretty ornament. You'll need any kind of buttons or broken jewelry that you have or laying around, hopefully. And then you'll need a round template. So for the tutorial, I'm going to use the CD that I have here because I love the size that I actually get out of the flower, which measures at about 4 inches across, almost 5. I even made this one using this CD. But of course, you can use anything round that you have. You can even use a bowl from your kitchen, anything. And of course, the larger your template, the larger your flower ornament will come out. Okay, so the next step we're going to do now is we are going to cut out 12 circles out of our fabric. I hope you're enjoying my tutorial. Can you believe that less than 10% of the viewers watching my videos and downloading my free patterns actually subscribe? I'm really trying to build a positive making community, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Thanks. So now that I've cut out my 12 circles, I'm going to show you how to make the rounded petals as well as the pointed petals. They're pretty much the same thing. So what you need is your double threaded needle. If your thread doesn't coordinate, it is not an issue because you won't even see the thread actually once the flower is constructed. So to make the round petal, what you're going to do is fold it in half, wrong sides together. So the right side is out, looking at you, and you're going to sew a large basting stitch right across the top here. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you, if you wanted to make the pointed one, what you do is you fold it in half, and instead you're going to sew a basting stitch right here. So you kind of have like a pizza slice for the pointed one, and of course it comes together like that. But like I said, I'm going to make the rounded one, and let's get this started. So I'm going close to the edge, but not too close. And I'm just making large basting stitches right across the edge. And then I pull it and it just scrunches together, and I've created the first petal. And now I just continue. Again, wrong sides together. And sew a large basting stitch. I call it a basting stitch, but you know what I mean. And you keep going until you have your 6 petals on the thread. Again, if you're using a really thick fabric like an upholstery, consider using a button thread or something thicker, because sometimes when you pull, the thread will snap. Now that I have my 6 petals on, and of course you can add less petals, you can add more petals. It is completely up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them together, and I'm going to start sewing on the petal, on the very first petal, and I just simply make a quick tack right there. So I'm going to pull so that I can kind of get rid of the little space in the center there. But again, be careful when you're pulling, because sometimes that thread does snap. If there is a space in between, don't worry. Your button or whatever jewelry or whatever you found to put in the center will totally hide it. So I put a few stitches in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this process to make my second one. You can think about making a different colored one, or even like rotating or going alternating, I meant to say, the petals of different patterns, whatever. You're the designer. Now that I have my 2 flowers created, the next thing I'm going to do is I've chosen these 2 gold, and as you can see, I love gold. It really is one of my favorite things to create my ornaments with. I'm going to actually hot glue them into the center. You can sew them if you'd like, but honestly, there's no washing of this, and I don't have to worry that they'll somehow fall off. So I will just glue them to the center of the flower, and then I will do the same to the other. All right, and here we go. And now you're going to glue the 2 flowers together. You're also free to sew them together, but I got to say, like I mentioned before, there's no reason that you shouldn't glue them together. This is really a craft, so it's totally fine. In other instances, I would definitely tell you to sew and don't dare use hot glue, but this one's okay. And now the choice is yours as to which string you're going to add here. I just use regular embroidery floss, and I love this one with the gold here that I just happen to have. And of course, you can use the regular floss, anything that coordinates with your colors. Before you tie the floss on it, just make sure the flowers are actually attached and the hot glue has dried. So what you're going to do is you're going to just wrap it in between, sort of getting in there, in between. And what I like to do is just tie a knot first, and just making sure with that knot that it's all in there. So the thread, or I should call it the string, is in between both flowers. I give it a double knot. And then I just double knot it again here. And of course, this loop could be as long or short as you'd like. And that is it. I trim it and it is ready for my tree. I hope you enjoyed this great tutorial on how to make these beautiful Christmas ornaments. And if you really love making Christmas things, why don't you check out this video right up here on the screen on how to make my adorable Christmas elf slippers. You can download the pattern for free, and I offer you so many different sizes so you can make them for anyone you want. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!